I live in Shasta County. I also grow medical marijuana. And I'm against these ordinances. I believe that they're way too strict. They're going to cost the average person more money than it would if they could buy it at a collective in Shasta County. Right now there's only two. They're taking out the rest of them away. Not only does it violate SB 420, if you do look at SB 420, look at 1162.7, you can always grow your personal medicine. So you'll be able to grow 6 plants no matter what laws these people put on you. Also look at the Kelly decision. It says that you folks aren't doctors here. The doctors will say how many plants a person can grow. I don't believe that you folks picked a very experienced staff to make these laws. There's different kinds of marijuana strains that grow differently. Right now, one of the popular ones is Sour Tsunami. It has a lot of CBDs. It doesn't get you high, but it's very good for you medically. It's one of the more popular ones. There's some plants that don't grow very big, so when people are talking about the size of the plants, you know, it's just like a tomato plant. Some grow big, some don't grow too big. But one thing that is true, that it does have to take a full cycle. You can't take green tomatoes when it comes to marijuana. It has to be done. You stated that there was some discussions with the supervisors. I believe it's the same kind of discussions that's happening right now, where I can give a presentation. I can't interact with you, so I don't believe it's a discussion. I should be able to ask questions, and you should be able to ask questions of me. I feel that I should have the right to know who you talk to, who your references are on where you came up with these regulations. I know some of these people in this room. A lot of these people know me. I wasn't asked one question about any of this stuff. And I know I'm more educated than every one of you on this panel, including a lawyer, on these laws. Again, if you believe in 1162.7, you can always grow your marijuana. You can't grow it for your own personal consumption. You can't grow it for sale. That's what it is. And I'm here to speak for the local growers, the moms and pops that do grow 6 plants for themselves or 12 plants for themselves. They can't afford building permits. When you get a building permit, people have records to what you're doing. And that means you're on the books saying that you're growing marijuana. Now, I didn't appreciate that when Mike Mangus flies over and shows everybody's field. I think that's an invasion of your privacy also. You shouldn't tell me what to grow, where to grow, and how to do my medicine. Some of these so-called professionals were back in the 70s. If you're a doctor right now and you don't believe medical marijuana has any value, you're a quack.
Thank you.
Applause is good. Let's keep the verbal out of it.
You're never going to get rid of marijuana. What I've heard a lot today is a lot of, I think you have a lot of good ordinances for marijuana. And when it comes to medical marijuana, it's a whole different situation, okay? They're not-for-profit. These people aren't throwing chemicals in the creek. They're not stealing water. All these things that you're saying are illegal in whatever you do. Growing tomatoes or growing sunflower seeds. You can't steal your neighbor's water. So anything you have to do with any kind of crime starts with marijuana. I've seen it and seen it. And you know what? I've been in the business for 5 years. Yes, I've been in the business for 5 years. I'm not a crook. I had everybody walk through my shop whenever they wanted to go through my shop. I was audited by everybody. I passed. So will these other clubs. So will more than 15% of the people that you got. You had 400 people that you did compliance checks on. I'll guarantee there's more than 400 crops out there. You mentioned a tagging program. I brought that idea from Mendocino and brought it to one of the supervisors. If you charge $10 a plant, which everybody would here pay for it, you give them a barcode. That barcode shows